Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the SWUS, talking SEC football here. We're off to a great start this season. Want to keep that positivity rolling. LSU at Mississippi State. Line opens Bulldogs catching 9.5 points at home here. Total is at 53.5. Let's do it.
Welcome to the SWUS. The SWUS. SWUS. Hey, get the SWUS.
So this line actually touched 10 early in the week for a day or two, but it's back down to 9.5 across the board. A little bit of a pros versus public look here. Public's pretty even, maybe slightly leaning LSU. Sharp action, slightly leaning Mississippi State, but no real edge here at all. So let's start off with Mississippi State's beta ranks from last year because they're kind of nuts. This team was top 25 in the FBS in 3 of the 4 major categories. Defense was good, especially against the pass. Will Rogers at quarterback, one of the better quarterbacks in the FBS, but 120th in effective rush. It's hard to make a run in the SEC without any run game whatsoever. Some good news, Mississippi State's expected to be a lot better in that department this year running the ball. In fact, Phil Steele has Mississippi State as the most improved rushing offense in 2023, so there's hope for the Bulldogs run game. I don't think people realize that Mississippi State had a good season last year. I mean, it was kind of shadowed by, obviously, Mike Leach passing away, and then people see the 9-4 record and they assume they underperformed. But if you look at their losses, number 6 Alabama in Tuscaloosa, number 1 Georgia, number 22 Kentucky on the road, and LSU on the road. LSU wasn't ranked at the time, but they went on to win the SEC West. Now, if you want to compete in the SEC, obviously you need to win a couple of those games, but if you just take a look at those 4 losses, how can you really call this a bad season? That was actually Mississippi State's first 9-win year since 2017. It was the best Bulldogs defense we've seen in the last 5 years. Now, defensive coordinator Zach Arnett takes over as head coach. So will Mississippi State continue what Mike Leach started? Well, this is going to hurt their chances a bit. Mississippi State got absolutely gutted on the defensive side of the ball. Bulldogs are just 91st in estimated returning production this season, 118th on defense. So there's a lot of new faces on that Bulldogs defense this year. And we saw Mississippi State get their first real test last week. Home game against Arizona, very winnable. They were 9.5 point favorites. Now, I'm by no means comparing Arizona to LSU at all. But strictly speaking offensively, Arizona was a dangerous unit last year. They had the 14th ranked passing attack in the entire FBS, and they brought back a lot of their offense, including Jayden DeLauro, the quarterback. Kind of a good news, bad news here. So Mississippi State did get the win at home. They picked off Jayden DeLauro 4 times, but outside of the interceptions, he was piecing them up, man. I mean, he threw for 342 yards on 7.4 yards per attempt. He was also making plays with his legs. He led Arizona in rushing in that game as well. The final score was 31-24 Mississippi State in overtime. So at home against Arizona, Jayden DeLauro throws 4 picks, and Arizona also fumbled in the red zone. 5 turnovers, and they barely win. That is not a good sign. I'm hoping that they got caught looking ahead to this game, because if they come out with that kind of effort, LSU is going to beat them by 30 points without hesitation. I'm sure you already know this, and I went through this stuff a couple weeks back when I did the LSU Florida State game, but a quick recap of just how good this LSU offense is projected to be. So we saw them take a huge step forward last year, first year under Brian Kelly as head coach. They went from a bottom half FBS offense to a top 25 offense in just 1 year. They brought in Jaden Daniels from Arizona State to play quarterback. He was excellent, 3,800 total yards and 29 touchdowns, and they returned all 5 offensive linemen, the tight end, and the wide receiver 1. And LSU almost always wins here. I mean, LSU has dominated Mississippi State on their home field. Since 1992, the Tigers are 13-2 straight up and 12-3 against the spread on the road in Starkville. For a team to come into your home field and be 12-3 against the spread against you is just crazy. Straight up, I don't see the Bulldogs defense making stops in this game. I mean, if Jayden DeLauro was able to carve up the Mississippi State defense, Jaden Daniels certainly can do it. I mean, shit, if Arizona doesn't turn the ball over 5 times, they probably win that game comfortably. So I'm expecting a lot of LSU points here. But I will say I'm expecting Mississippi State to score points right back. I mean, they really have a nice 3-headed monster on offense. Will Rogers at quarterback, Woody Marks at running back, Tulu Griffin at wide receiver, a couple of really good athletes surrounding a quarterback that we know. He's shown us that he can sling the ball. Also, I like LSU's offense a lot better than their defense. They have a couple superstars on defense, but I don't trust that secondary at all. So my favorite bet in this game is the over. I'm definitely taking the over at 54. As far as playing a side, I probably am going to end up laying the points with LSU. I'm definitely not taking Mississippi State. Like I said, I don't think they make a single stop. Not crazy. about laying 9 points on the road in a division rivalry game. But like I said earlier, LSU always beats the Bulldogs on their home field. So give me the over at 54, and probably, I'll let you know on the live show what the final decision is, but I'll probably end up taking LSU -9 as well. If you want my top bets, parlay of the day, you want to join the Discord, or if you want to get in on the NFL Against the Spread giveaways this week, the winner gets a signed Drake London USC mini helmet. So if you're interested in any of that, head over to KyleKirms.com. College football week 3, we're off to a great start this season. Let's keep that rolling. Remember to bet responsibly, and I'll talk to you in the Discord.